WFXR News at 12:30.
Thanks for joining us this midday. I'm Amanda Kenny. Evan Johnson has the day off. Let's get straight to this half hour's top stories. Virginia State Police are investigating the apparent suicide of a man chased by Montgomery County deputies. It happened Sunday near Elliston. The Montgomery County Sheriff says deputies tried to speak with a man they described as suspicious. The man ran to a property near Eastern Montgomery High School where deputies say he shot himself. Investigators say there's no evidence deputies fired their weapons. Around the Commonwealth, Prince William County Police arrest a man accused of threatening a church in Virginia. They say 35-year-old Rui Jiang made threatening online posts about Park Valley Church in Haymarket. Police arrested Jiang at the church. They say he had a loaded handgun and several knives on him when he was arrested. There are just 5 days left to prevent a government shutdown, and House Republicans are scrambling to pass last-ditch spending bills. Most Republicans want to pass a short-term spending bill to keep the government running, but several hard-right members of the party want to axe the budget and focus on individual funding bills. If his party can't agree on a way forward, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will face a decision, risk a shutdown, or turn to Democrats for help. New this half hour, Governor Glenn Youngkin is praising two Virginia Beach parents for suing the school district. That's because the school system is not following the model policy for how LGBTQ students are treated in schools. The policy was released in July. It requires teachers to call students by the name and pronoun on their official records, unless parents say otherwise.
I support them, and as you know, I firmly believe that there is no other decision for school boards than to adopt the model policies or policies consistent with the model policies. Attorney General Miyares came out with a very, very clear opinion that this is the law and this is what school boards need to do.
The Virginia Beach School Board will meet again tonight for an update on the model policies. WFXR News is your local election headquarters. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson is the only candidate who participated in the first debate and didn't qualify for the second. The candidates who did make it include North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, former Vice President Mike Pence, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, and businessman Vivek Ramaswamy. Former President Trump refused to sign pledges, which include supporting the eventual nominee, so he cannot participate. He says he's going to be in Detroit anyway. The second Republican presidential debate is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. at the Reagan Presidential Library in California. You can watch it on the Fox Business Network or the video sharing platform Rumble.
Well, as you get ready to head out the door for today, whether you're getting ready to grab a little bit of lunch or maybe you're planning on running some errands later this afternoon, just know that you're probably not going to be seeing all that much when it comes to sunshine, and temperatures not going to be warming up all that much. Highs for today are generally going to be in the 60s, and even as we head into the overnight hours tonight, those temperatures aren't going to sink down too much. That's because we're going to have cloud cover overhead, and that's going to keep whatever leftover heat is at the surface. It's not going to escape into the atmosphere for today because of those clouds. Now, with the temperatures on our mind, overall, we are going to be cooler than average for the next few days. High temperatures once again going to be in the 60s for your Wednesday. Will be a touch warmer into your Thursday with a few places into those lower 70s. Now, we are going to get pretty close to average, though, as we head into the weekend and even next week. So we're going to have more details on our temperature trend ahead in just a few minutes. Back to you, Amanda.
Kara, thank you. Pressure is growing from members of Congress for New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez to resign after he was indicted on Friday. Those calls are coming from Republicans and Democrats. Menendez, who is a Democrat, says he will not step down. Washington correspondent Basil John reports.
In his first event since his indictment,
the allegations leveled against me are just that, allegations.
New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez said he's not stepping down.
When all the facts are presented, not only will I be exonerated, but I still will be the New Jersey's senior senator.
Federal prosecutors accused the senator and his wife, Nadine, of accepting hundreds and thousands of dollars in bribes and gifts from New Jersey businessmen. Menendez says the cash didn't come from anyone else.
Now, this may seem old-fashioned, but these were monies drawn from my personal savings account.
Although Menendez wants to stay in office, some Democrats are calling on the Garden State senator to resign.
But I do believe that it is in the best interests for Senator Menendez to resign in this moment.
New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez told CBS's Face the Nation the indictment is serious.
I think what is here in this indictment is quite clear.
Menendez is up for re-election next year, and New Jersey Congressman Andy Kim will now run against him, saying, quote, "We cannot jeopardize the Senate or compromise our integrity." The White House did not comment on Friday, but now says stepping down from his position as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee was the right thing to do.
As it relates to anything else, any decision that he has to make, that's certainly going to be up to him and the Senate leadership to decide.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
It's been almost 2 months since the deadly wildfires on Maui. Now folks are getting their first look at what happened to their homes after the flames swept through a historic town. Many are coming home to little more than ashes. The fast-moving flames virtually wiped out entire neighborhoods. Local officials say they'll be out in force to help anxious homeowners with logistical questions, but the main focus at this point is mental health.
Maybe collecting information, photographs for insurance purposes. But most important is getting that closure. For many of them that left in the midst of the fire, this is going to be the first opportunity to go back and really see what's left.
Not every homeowner will be allowed back on this first visit. Only 464 properties have been cleared for visitation by the EPA, compared to more than 2,200 structures reported damaged or destroyed. A Henry County man faces charges in connection to real estate fraud. Federal documents state 40-year-old Herman Estes allegedly used a fake cashier's check to buy property in Roanoke County for $1.3 million. Estes could face 40 years in prison if convicted. Roanoke City Council was out and about visiting American Rescue Plan grant sites. That included a Habitat Roanoke, home, which is part of a $2.6 million ARP grant. Habitat for Humanity says it will use that money to build 18 homes. Half of them will be in the Belmont-Fallon neighborhood of Southeast Roanoke.
There's a housing shortage. The city's talking about 3,000 units. Last time I heard, we're looking at increasing our output by 50% in the next couple of years, and the ARPA funding has allowed us to do that. We are not a huge producer. We're not going to put up a 1,000-unit apartment, but when we can talk about home ownership units, that is adding a stability factor to a community.
City Council also visited the Goodwill grocery site, another American Rescue Plan recipient.
As we build out the grocery store, the Self Center, which is an adult high school, the banking center, the wellness center, all of those are going to provide jobs that are family-sustaining wage jobs, not minimum wage.
Now, city officials say this project will go a long way to address the area as a food desert and hope it will also bring down crime in the area. New this half hour, Virginia realtors say the housing market is getting tougher for potential buyers and sellers. The Virginia Realtors Group released the latest report about the year so far, and it shows home sales have dropped sharply due to a wide range of issues. They say higher home prices and interest rates, along with a tighter inventory, are making it tough for those on the market to buy or sell. Virginia Realtors say 2023 is on track to have the lowest sales in almost a decade. But they also say they expect sales activity to rise next year. Still to come, more scrutiny for people who make money reselling popular tickets online, what they could face come tax season. And users of the new iPhone 15 are reporting a very serious issue, why they're calling the device too hot to handle.